So here we are on the new winter bike, 2010 BMW GS 30th anniversary. This was a right little find, this one. One owner from new, had 11,500 miles on it from new. Hasn't really been used for the last 3 or 4 years. So it's the oil-cooled twin cam engine, which is what I wanted after getting back on the R90, which has the same engine. A great little engine, and I sold the water-cooled GS and ended up buying this. We have got some change in the bank. This was reasonably expensive, but everything is at the moment. But it's a lovely, lovely bike. There's probably, I wouldn't say zero corrosion on it, but there's very, very little. And I am fussy. It's pretty much in immaculate condition. Rides really well. We had to give it a service and put a new set of tyres on it. So I've carried out most of the servicing on it now. The only thing I need to do is change the brake fluid. That was done at the last MOT, but I'll do that for peace of mind. And we also managed to buy a second-hand Akrapovic exhaust for it, which was really cheap on eBay, and it's in super good condition, so pleased with that. Sounds nicer. The only fault that I found on the bike was the right hand heated grip wasn't working, but bought a new grip and that's fixed that, so that's good. Everything else is good on it. One of the good things about this compared with the later water-cooled ones is it's a lot easier to manoeuvre around. It's a lot lighter than the water-cooled bike. And this is a non-ABS model, which is good as well, because I think the ABS can be a bit troublesome on these older BMs, and it was quite a relief when I went to pick the bike up. I expected it would have had ABS, but the guy said he didn't want to pay the extra £1,000 for it when he brought it, so he left it off, which I must say I'm very pleased about. Right, let's have a walk around. This'll do. This'll do. Look at this. I think winter is well on its way. So there we are. It is rather dirty at the moment, but it is in lovely, lovely condition. As you can see, it's got that Touratech spot lamp on it. It's only got one, which is a bit weird. Not sure whether to keep that on there or not. It's got Touratech crash bars, which are already on there. I've put the mudguard extension on there so it doesn't sandblast the front of the engine. Normal stuff. Had to put the Givey top box mount on. We got a. This isn't a. This is a Wunderlich sort of rear hugger. Just stops all the crap going over the rear suspension. And then, what else have we done? What else have we done? I think that's it really, apart from a service. That is about it. Oh, we've put the Touratech sat-nav mount on and mounted the sat-nav. And that's mounted, that's bolted on, so that won't be easy to nick, so that's good. Yeah, that's it. It's just a question of new tyres. Just put some Bridgestone battle axes on there. They were on special offer at Motorworks, £140 for the pair. All the brakes are good. They've changed gearbox, diff oil, engine oil, filter. It's got a K&N air filter in it, so that doesn't need changing. Still got the original toolkit under the seat, which is nice. Really pleased with the Aquapovic exhaust. Oh, it's got Touratech footrests on there. I think that's about it. But it's just been a question of fiddling around with it, just making a few adjustments, and everything is good now. Oh, a new battery as well. Had the original BMW battery in it. It was just about holding a charge, but he did advise me before I brought it that it'd probably want a new battery, so we've put a new battery on it. Well, it pulls well. It's not as quick as the 1250, but I don't, you know, in the winter you don't need it. But it's a great winter bike. There's absolutely no way I'm taking that 1250 GS out in the salt. But it's incredible how much lighter and just not as physically big as the water-cooled models this bike is. And the good thing with this bike is you can do a lot of the maintenance yourself. There's a reset tool for the servicing, and you can get into some of the diagnostics. It's called a GS911 tool. I may buy one of those, and you can link it up to your iPhone or Android phone, and you can get into some of the diagnostics. It's got a service warning light up because it hasn't been to BMW for a good few years now, because it hasn't really been ridden, so could do with clearing that. Being a bit careful because the tyres are still new. I went out on it last weekend and it was pouring the rain, so the sidewalls are still nice and shiny. Certainly goes okay though. Definitely got a nicer sound with that exhaust. Fuel consumption, took it on a run last weekend, sort of averaging about 48.50 to the gallon on dual carriageway and motorway, sort of riding at about 75-80 miles an hour, which is, yeah, it's good enough. This was about sort of £1,000 more than what I wanted to spend, but it was the best one out there, and it had the crash bars and bits and pieces like that on it, which did sort of save me buying all that, and it is in just really good condition. Everything else for sort of around £1,000 to £1,500 less had loads of corrosion on it, and just didn't, you know, they were just too expensive For some reason, everything's just super expensive at the moment. But then when you look at the cost of a new GS, I suppose that's why. And this has still got loads of use left in it. It's just coming up for 12,000 miles now. Yeah, it's nice and comfortable as well. It's got a really comfortable seat. I've got it in the low position at the moment. Keeps you just below the screen line so you don't get so much buffeting. So thanks for watching. And we'll be back at some point, God knows when at the moment, but we will be.